Hi, guys. I'm sorry I didn't see you Thursday night. Look what I found on the bookshelves here. Isn't that cool? It's a golden book. I've never seen that before. So, of course, I read it. Um, I had to rough it so badly. I got told this was like really rustic. Look at this. This is like being in like a fantastic bed and bee. Now, bed and bee, you know what I mean. Um, I had to use the stool because I'm too short to get into that bed without it. But those are the bunks. And there's a bathroom that's run with a cistern. He had coffee maker machine. I don't drink coffee normally, but this weekend I certainly did. And look at the bookcase. Now that's mostly kids' books from like little tiny kids all the way up through teenager with some old classics thrown in. I found Little Women, 2 copies of that. Couple of Jules Verne, and a couple other ones. David Copperfield's up there, and Gone with the Wind's up on the top. But this was where I got to sleep. Oh, man. I was so roughing it. Oh, at the horror of having to just rough it in a rustic cabin. I'm packing up now. We had an awesome time. Some of the kids learned a lot, and some of the kids learned to be better. Pioneering is difficult, but they got their flagpole up. That's awesome. I don't have a way to show that to you right now, but maybe I'll make that the thumbnail. That way you can, if I have a picture that shows the base, because the base took the longest time, and I can't show you pictures with the kids in it. But they're up there now packing up. I'm packing up my stuff because I want to get my stuff into the car first. And honestly, that was a massive blessing to my back. So we've had a grand time. The young man whose grandparents' property this is has already said, you can come back anytime. The kids want to know how soon. But the property's like 80 acres of incredible forest. They even have an Ent walk that was planted by their kids, and now their grandkids enjoy it. They have Norwegian spruce trees, and they planted a grove of it, but they deliberately left an opening that made this incredible trail that goes for about half a mile down through the woods. And it's just, I did not have a chance to walk it, but boy, if we come back, I'm definitely walking that trail. I so want to see what that is. But that's the gist of it. That's where I was. I was so busy Thursday night. These kids could not get together to plan a meal. And then when we said, well, somebody's got to do the shopping, they all were like doing that silly nonsense. Oh, touch my nose, I'm not it. And it's like, you're going to learn to grow up. And I said, okay, if I have to plan the meal and do all the cooking, you will eat whatever I make you, whatever I give you, and you will cook it. You will do all the cooking. I will not. I don't cook, I won't clean up if I have to do all the prep. Well, doing the prep seized up my back so badly. Friday morning, I could barely move. And it's that when you're chopping up vegetables, you do tilt just a little bit forward. And I had a lot to chop up and bag so that they just had to saute it and then add it. And I pre-cooked the chicken and shredded that. That was in the crock pot, and pre-cooked the hamburger. Because it makes mealtime when you're camping so much faster if your meat is cooked first, if it's already prepped. But I did not. It's been so long since I've chopped stuff up like that. I did not realize the effect it was going to have on my back, and my back was killing me Thursday night so badly that even Mike, who was home, said, "No, you're going to bed. Just here's your meds. You just go to bed." He cooked up the hamburger. Um, and he's now in Texas for scout training of some kind. So his job has sent him to, so he won't be back till next weekend. And and Gary, of course, has let both Frodo and Gimli out. Now, he said Gimli came back because Gimli was hungry, but somehow he said Frodo somehow got himself into the basement. I don't know how that's possible, but I think he let both Frodo and the doctor out and couldn't tell the difference. Not Frodo, Gimli and the doctor, because, those three black cats, if you look at them from the back, the only way you could tell them apart is that Frodo's skinnier. Gimli is now the same size as the doctor because he just eats too dang much. So I get to go home and find out what's going on with the kitties. So Gimli's inside, Frodo's inside. The doctor doesn't leave the property. She's too old for that nonsense at 11, and she sleeps in the shelter out there, which has a straw bed inside. She likes it, long as it's not too cold. She'll go out when Gary goes out to get his coffee about 4:30 in the morning, and with the kittens, she's just flat out refused now to use the same litter box as them, so I have to buy a new litter box and figure out where we could put it. But she will go outside. Now, she was raised with a dog, so she kind of thinks that's what she needs to do anyway, is to go outside to do her business. So, and sometimes she's only out there for like 5 minutes, and then she's at the kitchen door wanting back in. So I get to go home, see the kitties. I'll probably be mobbed because they aren't going to know what to do, that now, both mom and dad are gone. Oh, no. So Michael bit the real mobbing because he'll be gone a whole week, and it'll be like when we came home from summer camp, they would not leave either. What they did, they were torn between who to follow the most, and it was really quite funny. So, but this place is amazing, and I want to show those of you who like cars. Oh, ow! Oh, I'm still stiff this morning. He's got, there's plenty of firewood on this place. You can see that tree line back there. That's all their property. But see that Ford truck? That's got a V6 engine in the sucker. It's got a 50s body and a late 60s engine. And he said the problem is it's hard to keep it on the road in bad weather because the engine's got too much power. So the back end flits around. And then I forget what that other little thing, that's his new project, is whatever that little orange thing is next to it. But man, that thing is beautiful looking. So this is where I've been. I've been outside most of the weekend. I'm only up here to sleep, but I thought you'd enjoy knowing where I was and enjoying the view of the fire for those of you who don't have fireplaces. That's how this place is heated, and as I understand it, the cabin they live in, that's how that's all heated. It's all wood heat. And you see these boards? Look at this. Look at the size of these floorboards. Look how huge they are. Look, there's my foot. Look how wide. All of this lumber that's here, the grandparents built all this. This is all lumber. He has his own sawmill. This is all lumber from the property. He's got red oak, wild cherry, and a lot of birch, a lot of silver birch. It's invasive. It's taken over a lot of the mountainside. So we were allowed to cut down any silver birch we needed to do pioneering. So we cut down a fair bit of saplings to do what we were hoping to do. Unfortunately, we didn't get to the tower because some kids just couldn't focus and work together. But some of those same kids, did better than expected because they really liked cutting down trees, so that became their job. Sometimes you have to play to what strengths you find, so that you can get their confidence built up. No major injuries. One kid has a burn on his thumb and a finger, little tiny burns, because he stupidly picked up a lid, one of those cage things on the fire pit. He's lucky it wasn't worse. And he did it right in front of me. And by the time I saw his hand moving, I was like, don't! And that, too late. And that fast. But he's learned. His dad's on the trip. And I immediately got him the medical aid he needed. And he's doing okay. He kept telling me it didn't hurt. And I told him, stop lying to me. I've had burns on my hands like that. I know you're lying. So that was the only one. And so we had a talk about thinking things through before you do them. And now, when you're an older scout and there's younger ones coming up behind you, you have a story to tell them so that you can warn them to think it through and don't do this. Use it to your advantage. You've hurt yourself. You've learned something new. Now use that knowledge. So I'm hoping this young man will learn enough this year that next year we could possibly make him a troop guide for an incoming patrol. We'll see. There's a huge difference in brain set between when a kid just turns 13 to when a kid turns 14. There's a lot of brain growth going on there. And so we'll see, but it's time for me to go. I got to haul all this stuff to the car, my giant packing bag. But that's where I was, guys. Thursday night, the back was spasming right on up the right side rib cage, which just takes my breath away. So I got flat out told, you're going to go to bed and lay flat with a heating pad. So that's what I did. Michael gets kind of mother hen, but yeah, I needed to be told, knock it off and go to bed. So, but I'm having a good time, and if I'm not sound asleep, I might pop on this evening, maybe not as late as 11, but just to do a live and check in, but I'm not promising, simply because I know what usually happens after a scout weekend. You get home, you get lunch, you might be awake until dinner, you get a hot shower, and the minute you get that hot shower, you're so tired, you just lay down, you go to sleep. Usually you take a long nap, 2 or 3 hours at least. So I'm not going to promise I will be on at 10 tonight, but I'm going to try. We'll see. So thanks, guys. Sorry to make you worry. I know usually I post it. There just wasn't time. But I hope you all had a great weekend. See you later. Maybe.